thought targeting a medical ship would go unpunished. Then Earth arrived. Scyther watched the embers fade. The medical ship Haven's Grace was now a smoldering ruin, its red crescent insignia swallowed by flames. A chill pierced Warlord Scyther's core, unfamiliar and sharp. Was it fear? Impossible. The Voran ascendancy instilled fear. Never felt it. Status, she barked, her luminant spines flaring as she adjusted her battle crest. Aide Liren, a wiry Voran with too many fronds for Scyther's liking, scurried forward. Target eradicated, Warlord. The human vessel carried 3,124 souls. Patients, medics, no armaments. Transmission ceased 39 seconds after our photon lances struck. Scyther's mandibles clicked in approval. Perfect. Let Earth learn its place. Liren hesitated, fronds twitching. Warlord. It bore the galactic aid symbol. The Concord's edicts forbid. Edicts? Scyther's spines flared. The Concord isn't here, facing these vermin daily. I am. Humans spread like parasites. This strike will cage them. Navigator Chiron entered, her chiton gleaming in alert. Warlord, we've intercepted encrypted human signals from Earth. Military, not diplomatic. Scyther smirked. Let them wail. One planet against the ascendancy? Laughable. Chiron's optics dimmed. The signals are disciplined. Not panic, but purpose. Scyther's laugh echoed, chilling the bridge. You overestimate these soft skins, Navigator. They'll send pleas or a few crude ships. Our probes show no fleet worth fearing. Chiron's fronds quivered. The Haven's Grace was undefended, Warlord. A species of strength would guard its healers. Exactly. Scyther snapped. They're frail, fractured. Set course for their Venus colony. We'll gut their reactors next. Unseen, a tiny beacon pulsed on the Ascendancy's hull, its signal racing to Earth. The bridge didn't notice, but Earth did. Admiral Elena Voss stood before the Earth Unity Council, her face a storm of grief and rage. The holo-display replayed Haven's Grace's final moments, its crescent glowing, then shattering under Voran lances. 3,124 lives, Voss said, her voice ablade. Cancer patients, surgeons, children in recovery wards. They burned our heart. The chamber was silent. President Amara Lin leaned forward. We've signaled the Concord. The Ascendancy ignores us. They always do, General Tariq Hassan growled. They've crushed 9 species in a century. Diplomacy's just their pause before conquest. Voss nodded. The beacon Captain Nguyen planted during the attack confirms they're heading to Venus. ETA. 18 hours. Evacuation? Asked Councillor Priya Sen. We'd save 300,000 of 4 million colonists, Voss replied. Not enough. Lin's eyes hardened. Admiral, you have Eclipse Protocol authorization. Murmurs rippled. Eclipse Protocol was untested, a shadow fleet hidden for decades. Voss straightened. Once activated, it's irrevocable, Madam President. We know, Lin said softly. For those we lost, proceed. As the council dispersed, Hassan lingered. Do they grasp what's coming? Voss's lips curled, half snarl, half smile. The Ascendancy doesn't, General. But they'll learn. On the Ascendancy's flagship, Unbroken Spear, Liren reviewed sensor logs, unease gnawing. Post-attack, human signals had surged. Distress calls, frantic chatter, then vanished. A chilling silence blanketed their system, broken only by encrypted bursts defying Voran decoders. Chaos had turned to order. The bridge doors hissed. Scyther stormed in, still fretting aid. Venus is 2 hours away. Ready the lances. Warlord, Liren ventured. These signals, they're too precise. No evacuation, no defenses. It's unnatural. Scyther scoffed. They're broken, Liren. The Haven's Grace proved it. Its name, Liren pressed. Grace. It meant compassion. We violated that. A word, Scyther spat out. We forge empires, not sentiments. Liren's fronds trembled with a warning she couldn't shake. Warlord, targeting healers may have roused them in ways we didn't predict. Scyther's spines flared. a dangerous glint in her optics. You question my command, Aide? Liren stood firm, her voice steady. I fear we've misjudged, Warlord. Their silence isn't surrender. It's strategy. Scyther's mandibles clicked irritably. Noted. Now prepare the strike. The comms officer's voice sliced through. Warlord. Energy signatures emerging from Venus's shadow. Scyther whirled to the holovault. Lights bloomed, a fleet materializing with lethal grace. Analysis, she roared. Technician Valth stammered. Warships, Warlord. Unknown configurations. Human, but not in our records. Numbers. Scyther's optics flickered. 92 vessels. No. 120 and rising. Liren's chitin paled. Earth's fleet is 19 frigates, Warlord. These are heavy cruisers, armed with unfamiliar tech. The holovault showed ships, sleek, predatory, their hulls bristling with glowing arrays. Transmission incoming, the comms officer said. Audio. Scyther's spines twitched. Let's hear their groveling. A human voice, calm and searing, filled the bridge. Voran Ascendancy, this is Admiral Elena Voss of the Earth Stellar Armada. You burned a sanctuary. Know this. You've woken a storm you can't outrun. Scyther forced a sneer. Bold for a dying species. You think you know us. Voss continued, her voice a whip. You saw our mercy and called it weakness. You're about to see our wrath. The holovault shifted, revealing hundreds of ships in flawless formation, their weapons pulsing. Liren whispered, Warlord, we must retreat. Scyther froze, optics locked on the armada. Haven's grace was our vow to heal, Voss said, her words heavy with pain. You shattered it. Now we'll shatter you. Liren's fronds quaked. Scyther had ignited something unstoppable. Panic gripped the bridge of Unbroken Spear. Warlord, their weapons are charging, Valth cried, his voice cracking. Scyther's spines quivered, betraying her bravado. Shields to maximum, evasive maneuvers. Before orders could take hold, space erupted in fire. Human weapons, plasma torrents, unseen in Voran archives, tore through the flagship's shields like tissue. Shields down, Valth shouted. Engines critical. Scyther gripped her console, optics wide. Impossible. Our tech is eons ahead. Liren grabbed her arm, urgency in her fronds. Warlord, activate the distress beacon. The Ascendancy must know. A second volley struck, plunging the bridge into darkness. Emergency glows flickered, casting Scyther's face in dread. Engines offline. Valth reported, voice breaking. Life support failing. Through the holovault, a lone human ship approached. Compact, lethal, its hull etched with a crescent. Voss's voice returned, icy. Warlord Scyther, that was a fraction of our strength. You're alive to carry a truth. You burned our healers, but we'll burn your empire. Scyther's mandibles trembled. One ship against my fleet, Admiral. What's your endgame? Revelation, Voss replied, her tone cutting deeper than steel. Captain Alara, fire at will. Plasma lances struck again, disabling weapons and comms. Liren's fronds sagged. They're sparing us, Warlord. Why? Voss answered, as if hearing. Haven's grace carried 412 Voran patients we saved from your plagues. We honored life. You didn't. A boarding alert flashed. Humans are breaching the hull, Valth gasped. Voss's voice softened, but cut deeper. We'll place relays on your ship. You'll watch what follows and tell your lords. Earth doesn't forgive desecration. The transmission ended. Liren stared at the holovault, where human ships surged toward Ascendancy space. What have we unleashed? She whispered, her voice a requiem for their arrogance. High Arbiter. Zovran of the Voran Ascendancy jolted awake, his biolumens pulsing in alarm. Ada Tisra stood before him, her fronds rigid with panic. Arbiter Calamity, she stammered, thrusting a holoslate forward. Outpost Clyra 9 is silent. All defenses gone. Zovran's 3 hearts raced. A primal warning. Malfunction. Cosmic event. Neither. Tysra replied. This came before the blackout. The slate played a clip. A swarm of sleek ships emerging from a jump gate, their plasma arrays cutting through Clara 9's grids. Human, Zovran rasped, biolumens dimming. Impossible. Earth is 15 light-years away. Past our fortified rims. Tysra's voice shook. They bypassed 3 sectors, Arbiter. The Conclave's alarm screeched. Arbiter, War Conclave, now! In the Conclave, Zovran faced a holovault, showing 6 outposts dark, their fall synchronized. Where's Warlord Scyther? He demanded. Fleetmaster Kryn, scales dull with strain, answered, Unbroken Spear hasn't signaled in 29 hours. No distress beacon. Zovran's fronds twitched. What was her mission? Kryn hesitated. To assert dominance. She targeted a human medical ship, Haven's Grace. Zovran's biolumens flared. A healer's vessel? Are we mad? It was meant to cow them, Kryn admitted. We thought it defenseless. The holovault flickered with an incoming hail. Humans? A technician gasped. On our secure channel. Zovran steeled himself. Accept it. A human female appeared, her gaze molten. I'm Admiral Elena Voss, Earth Stellar Armada. Arbiter Zovran, your warlord burned our sanctuary. We're here to answer. Zovran's voice trembled. This is war, Admiral. Withdraw, or face our might. Voss's eyes burned with controlled fury. You took our mercy for weakness. Now you'll choke on our strength. Her words carried the weight of a vow, unbroken and unyielding. The Conclave's holovault flared with new data. Gasps echoing, human ships, hundreds, encircled Ascendancy outposts, their formations defying Voran analytics. Their numbers exceed 900, Kryn whispered. Earth lacks such capacity. Voss's voice cut through, as if she heard. You saw what we let you see, Arbiter. For 20 years, we've built the Eclipse Protocol, a fleet you never dreamed of. Zovran's fronds quaked. We met you 9 years ago. We found your probes 5 years prior, Voss replied, a bitter smile in her tone. We watched you plan our subjugation. A technician cried, Outposts 4 through 10 report system failures. No shots fired. Our cyber warriors, Voss said casually. While you honed conquest, we cracked your networks. Zovran's biolumens dimmed. What do you seek, Admiral? Surrender of your sector forces, Voss said, voice steel. Refuse, and we redefine your empire's borders. Kryn leaned in. Our core fleets need 3 hours, Arbiter. Stall her. Zovran nodded. Admiral, perhaps Scyther acted rashly. We offer reparations for your ship. Voss's gaze hardened. Haven's Grace held 3,124 souls. 412 were your kin, healed by us. What coin buys their ashes? Zovran faltered, stunned. Voran aboard. A tribunal to assess damages, he stammered. You don't dictate terms, Voss snapped. You crossed a line our blood remembers. The holovault flashed. Ascendancy bases disarmed. Weapons silenced with surgical precision. We could erase you, Voss said. We're choosing restraint, for now. A new human appeared, civilian-clad. President Amara Lin, Earth Unity. Our terms: withdraw from all subjugated worlds, pay reparations via a new galactic accord, and face inspections. Zovran's voice cracked. We need time. You have 20 minutes, Lin said, her tone final, or we unleash Phase 2. Zovran's fronds sagged, the conclave a cauldron of dread. How do they know our protocols? Kryn hissed. They've cracked our comms. A technician shouted. New jump signatures. Behind us. The holovault showed hundreds more human ships emerging from ascendancy-only gates. Our covert routes, Voss said, her voice ablade. Your secret network wasn't. A third human appeared in a medic's coat. Dr. Miratan, former surgeon on Haven's Grace. Zovran's biolumens flickered. The ship was lost, Tan's eyes burned with grief. Not all. I was evacuating patients when Scyther struck. My son was aboard, tending Vorin wounded. He's gone. Her voice broke, then hardened. We decoded your systems from the wreckage. Grief fuels miracles. 18 minutes, Voss warned. Zovrin turned to Kryn. Our fleets. Too far, Kryn admitted. Their tech outstrips ours. A priority signal chimed. High command yields. Zovrin read, defeated. Ceasefire requested. Lynn nodded. Withdraw now. Admiral Voss oversees compliance. The accord will set terms. Voss's gaze softened. But cut. Scyther lives arbiter. She'll relay our lesson. Never strike our healers. The transmission faded. Kryn whispered. They spared lives. Why? Zovrin's voice was hollow. They fight for ideals, not conquest. That's their power. On Unbroken Spear, Liren watched human relays broadcast the Ascendancy's fall. Scyther's optics dim with shame. They could have killed us, Liren said, her voice heavy. They chose to teach. Scyther's mandibles quivered. I burned their grace. Now we burn in their light. The relays showed human ships escorting Vorin vessels from subjugated worlds. A silent promise of justice. Liren's fronds stilled, awed by humanity's restraint. A strength the Ascendancy had never known. Dr. Miratan stood in Earth's command bunker, her hands trembling as she watched the holofeed of Voss's armada. The Eclipse Protocol had been her husband's dream, a shield for humanity, born from decades of secrecy. He'd died on Haven's grace, shielding her son, who'd perished too. They paid for our mercy, she whispered, tears falling. Voss turned, her face etched with shared grief. Mira, your work broke their codes. This victory is yours. Tan shook her head. It's theirs, the ones we lost. My boy. He believed in healing, even for Vorin. General Hassan approached. Doctor, your son's name will mark our lead ship. Jalen Tan strikes for him. Tan's voice cracked. He'd hate the fight, but love the reason. The holofeed showed Scyther's ship, crippled but intact. Why spare her? Tan asked. Voss's eyes hardened. To show we're not them. We fight for the fallen, not revenge. A technician interrupted. Admiral, Ascendancy outposts are complying. Full withdrawal begun. Voss nodded. Good. President Lynn, prepare the accord terms. Lynn's voice came through. Mira, will you join us? Your voice carries their memory. Tan hesitated, then straightened. For Jalen, I'll speak. On Unbroken Spear, Scyther sat silent, watching the relays. Liren spoke softly. Warlord, their restraint shames us. We'd have slaughtered. Scyther's optics dimmed. I thought them weak. I was blind. The relays showed human ships guarding Vorin retreat, their crescents glowing like Haven's grace. Liren's fronds twitched. They fight for a creed we forgot. Scyther's voice was a whisper. I killed their healers. They spared my soul. The Ascendancy's fall wasn't just military. It was moral. A lesson carved in human resolve. The Ascendancy's conclave buzzed with chaos. Zovrin's biolumens pulsed erratically as reports flooded in. 13 outposts disarmed, their fleets retreating under human escort. They're surgical, Kryn muttered. No casualties, just our weapons gone. Zovrin's fronds twitched. Why this mercy? They could annihilate us. A technician's voice broke through. Another human transmission, Arbiter. The holovault lit up, showing Voss, her gaze unrelenting. Arbiter Zovrin, your forces are withdrawing. Good. But don't mistake our restraint for weakness. Her voice carried a wound. Haven's grace was our promise to life. You broke it, and we'll ensure it never happens again. Zovrin's mandibles clicked. Admiral, we're complying. What more do you demand? Voss's eyes narrowed. Accountability. Your empire enslaved 11 species. We're freeing them, and you'll answer for it. A new figure appeared. President Lynn. The Galactic Accord will govern reparations and inspections. Refuse, and our fleet moves to your core worlds, Kryn whispered. Their ships are at our gates, Arbiter. We can't fight. Zovrin's voice wavered. President Lin, we seek peace. Name your terms. Lin's tone was iron. Freedom for your vassals, resources for their recovery, and Scyther's testimony to your crimes. Zovrin recoiled. Testimony? She's a warlord. She's your mirror, Voss snapped. Her shame is yours. On Unbroken Spear, a Scyther watched the relay. Liren at her side. They want me to speak, Scyther rasped. To confess my sin. Liren's fronds softened. Warlord, it's justice, not vengeance. They could have taken your life. Scyther's optics flickered. I stole their grace. I'll bear their judgment. The relays showed human ships, their crescents a silent vow. Liren whispered, their mercy is heavier than our blades. Scyther nodded. Broken, I lit the fire. Let it burn me clean. Admiral Voss paced Earth's command bunker, the holofeed showing ascendancy ships retreating from subjugated worlds. They're complying, Hassan reported. No resistance. Voss's jaw tightened. They know resistance is death. Dr. Tan stood nearby, her eyes on the crescent-etched ships. Elena, my son would have wept for this. Not the fight, but the lives it saves. Voss's voice softened. Jalen's why we fight, Mira. For him, for all of them. A technician signaled. Admiral, Scyther's broadcasting from Unbroken Spear. The holofeed shifted to Scyther, her spines flat, optics dim. I am Warlord Scyther, she began, voice hollow. I burned Haven's grace, thinking humans weak. I killed 3,124 souls, believing its strength. I was wrong. Lyra stood beside her, fronds steady. Scyther continued. Their fleet could have ended us. They spared us to teach. True power is mercy, not slaughter. Voss's eyes glistened. She's confessing for her empire. Tan's voice trembled. My boy healed her kind. She sees his ghost now. On the Ascendancy's conclave, Zovrin watched Scyther's words, his biolumens fading. She damns us, he whispered. Kryn's scales dulled. She speaks truth, Arbiter. We bred her arrogance. A technician announced. Human envoy arriving for accord talks. Voss turned to Lin. Madam President, let's set the terms. Lin nodded. For the fallen, we build anew. The envoy's ship docked, its crescent glowing. Zovrin faced the holovault, Scyther's confession looping. We thought them frail, he said. They're forged in sacrifice. Kryn's voice was low. Their mercy binds tighter than chains. Zovrin's fronds sagged. We struck their healers. They'll heal our galaxy. The accord loomed, a testament to human resolve, its roots in the ashes of Haven's grace. Liren stood on Unbroken Spear's shattered bridge, the relays showing ascendancy worlds yielding. Scyther sat slumped, her confession still echoing across Vorin channels. They've broken us without blood, Liren said, her fronds quivering. Their strength isn't just ships. Scyther's optics flickered, haunted. I thought power was fear. They wield hope, and it cuts deeper. A human voice crackled through. Voss, Warlord Scyther, your words reach your empire. Now face the accord. Scyther's mandibles trembled. Admiral, I burned your sanctuary. Why let me speak? Voss's tone was steel and sorrow. Because truth is heavier than death. You'll carry our pain to your kin. Liren's fronds twitched. Admiral, what becomes of us? Redemption, Voss replied. If you choose it. The relays showed human ships guarding Vorin retreat, their crescents a silent vow. On Earth, Voss met Dr. Tan in the bunker. Mira, Scyther's confession changes the accord's tone, Voss said. Tan's eyes were wet. My son's death forced her truth. It's not enough, but it's something. President Lin joined them. Mira, your voice will shape the accord. Will you stand with us? Tan nodded, resolute. For Jalen, I'll forge peace from pain. In the Ascendancy's conclave, Zovrin faced Kryn. Scyther's words unravel our empire. he said, biolumens dim. Kryn's scales glinted. They build something new, Arbiter. Humanity's mercy demands it. A technician announced, human terms incoming. The holovault listed demands. Freedom for vassals, reparations, and a medical coalition. Zovrin's voice cracked. They spare us to heal. We, who burned their healers. Kryn's optics softened. Their creed remakes us. The Accord's shadow loomed, its crescent emblem a beacon of human resolve, born from grief and unyielding will. President Amara Lynn stood before the Earth Unity Council, the holofeed showing ascendancy compliance. They're withdrawing from all subjugated worlds, she announced, her voice steady but heavy. The Galactic Accord begins now. Voss nodded, her eyes on the crescent-etched ships. This is for Haven's grace, for every soul we lost. Dr. Tan gripped her arm, her voice a whisper. My boy would have believed in this, Elena. Peace from ashes. General Hassan approached. Admiral, the Ascendancy's core fleets are grounded. They're defenseless. Voss's jaw tightened. Good. Let them feel our restraint. A technician signaled. President, Arbiter Zovrin requests a summit. Lynn's eyes gleamed. Grant it. We'll meet on neutral ground. On unbroken spear, Liren watched Scyther, whose spines lay flat in defeat. Warlord, the Accord demands your presence, Liren said. Scyther's optics dimmed. I face their judgment, Liren. I killed their hope, yet they offer mine. Liren's fronds softened. Their mercy is our mirror. We must reflect it. The relay showed human ships, their crescents glowing like beacons. Scyther stood, resolute. I'll speak for our shame, to honor their dead. In the Ascendancy's conclave, Zovrin read the Accord's terms, his biolumens flickering. They demand a medical coalition, he said. Kryn's scales glinted. To heal what we broke, Arbiter, it's just. A technician announced, human envoy ship approaching. Zovrin's fronds twitched. Prepare the summit. We face the ones we wronged. The envoy ship docked, its crescent a silent promise. Zovrin whispered. They could have crushed us. Instead, they rebuild. Kryn's voice was low. Their strength is their creed, not their blades. The Accord's foundation was laid, rooted in the sacrifice of Haven's grace, a testament to humanity's unyielding heart. The neutral station hummed with tension as the Galactic Accord summit began. Arbiter Zovrin faced Admiral Voss across a holotable, his biolumens dim with unease. Admiral, we accept your terms, he said, voice strained. But why this mercy? Voss's gaze was steel. Because Haven's grace was our vow to life, Arbiter. We honor it by sparing yours. President Lynn stepped forward. Freedom for your vassals, reparations, and a medical coalition. Refuse, and our fleet moves. Zovrin's fronds twitched. We comply, President. But Scyther's fate. Dr. Tan entered, her presence silencing the room. She faces truth, Tan said, her voice raw. My son died saving your kin. Let her carry that weight. On unbroken spear, Scyther watched the summit via relay. Liren at her side. They demand I speak. Scyther rasped. To confess again. Liren's fronds quivered. Warlord, it's redemption, not punishment. They gave us a path. Scyther's optics glistened. I burned their light. Now, I'll kindle it. The relay showed Tan. Her grief a beacon. Scyther whispered, her pain is my mirror. In the conclave, Kryn faced Zovrin. Arbiter, the coalition is our penance, he said. We heal, or we fall. Zovrin nodded, defeated. Humanity's mercy reshapes us. A technician announced, vassal worlds report freedom. The holovault showed human ships guarding new borders, their crescents glowing. Zovrin's voice cracked. We struck their sanctuary. They build ours. Voss's voice echoed through the summit. This accord is our covenant. Break it and we'll break you. Tan's eyes met Zovrin's. For my son, we choose peace. Betray it, and you'll know our wrath. The accord's crescent emblem shone. a symbol of humanity's resolve, forged in loss and unyielding hope. Dr. Mira Tan walked the summit's halls, her heart heavy with Jalen's absence. Voss joined her, her voice soft. Mira, your words bound Zovran. The accord holds because of you. Tan's eyes glistened. I spoke for my boy, Elena. He'd want this. Peace, not blood. Voss nodded. He's why we spared them. His mercy lives in us. A holofeed showed ascendancy ships retreating, human crescents guiding them. They're complying fully, Voss said. The coalition's forming. Tan's voice trembled. Jalen would have led it, healing all. On unbroken spear, Scyther prepared for the summit, Liren at her side. I faced their gaze, Scyther said, spines flat. I killed their son. Liren's fronds softened. Warlord, you'll speak for redemption. Their mercy offers it. Scyther's optics dimmed. I shattered their grace. I'll rebuild it with truth. The relay showed Tan's speech, her pain piercing. Scyther whispered, her loss is my debt. In the Ascendancy's conclave, Zovran faced Kryn. The coalition demands our resources, he said. Can we afford it? Kryn's scales glinted. Arbiter, we can't afford not to. Humanity's mercy is our salvation, a technician announced. Vassal worlds pledged to the accord. The holovault showed new borders, human ships vigilant. Zovran's biolumens pulsed. We burned their healers. They heal our shame. At the summit, Lin addressed the delegates. The accord is our shield, forged in loss. Honor it, or face us. Tan's voice followed raw. My son died for life. This coalition is his legacy. Zovran bowed, humbled. We accept for those we wronged. The crescent emblem glowed, a testament to humanity's heart, unyielding even in grief. To be continued. Like, share, subscribe. Did Tan's grief move you, or Scyther's redemption spark hope? Drop your thoughts below and spread this tale. #HFY, #SciFiStory, #HumanityRising, #Galactic Tales.